All right, Joe, here we go. So, just want to ask you a few questions. You're here for this fistulogram today because you've been having some trouble with dialysis, right?
Correct. Yep.
And what's the problem you've been having?
Well, my excess flow is usually over 1,000, usually around 1,100, and the last couple of times they checked it, it's been like 400.
Yeah.
So we think it needs to be.
And we've already seen that there's some narrowing up here on the ultrasound, and something probably needs to be stretched again. So we're there for that. Tell me how long you've been on dialysis?
I've been on dialysis good 6.5 years. It'll be
And-
7 years in August.
What's your overall impression of how you do with dialysis?
They do a good job. I was gonna say they take care of me in there. I got no complaints.
How do you feel?
I feel pretty good. I was gonna say. I mean, it was a little rough when I first started, but I mean, as the years went by, I mean, I pretty much do a lot. I mean, a lot more than I thought I would be able to do.
You're able to do all the things that you want to do?
Yep.
What do you do for fun or work?
I do a lot of fishing on my days I don't have dialysis.
Yeah. What kind of work did you do?
I used to work retail. I was a assistant manager for a grocery chain.
And why haven't you gotten a kidney transplant in all these years?
I've been waiting patiently for it. I just haven't got phone calls yet.
Yeah. So you've been on the list the whole time?
Yep.
You're healthy enough? You've been checked out from head to toe?
Yep. I'm pretty healthy. I'm not on a lot of medications.
And you don't have any relatives or friends who are ready to give up a kidney for you?
Nope. My daughter tried to, and I wouldn't let her.
Yeah.
So I'm just waiting patiently for my turn to be called.
You wouldn't let her because?
Well, she was young and she didn't have kids yet. Now she actually had a daughter, and she said she wanted to do it, but she's still young, and I don't know if she's done having babies yet. So, and I'm also worried that down the road she'll have issues, and I would feel really bad if one of my kids had issues, kidney issues, and I'd feel responsible for it.
Yeah, fair enough. I've heard a lot of other people have the same thoughts about getting kidneys, especially from their children. But
Right.
so it's an option for you, but one you've chosen not to pursue
Correct.
yet. Huh?
Yeah.
And why aren't you on home hemodialysis? You're young, you're healthy, you're smart.
Yeah. They offered it to me a few years, and I just really don't feel comfortable with it. I mean, I have a pet at the house, and I know, if I was doing home dialysis, I would have to have the supplies and stuff at the house. And I just, feel, any kind of pets, a cat climbs on stuff, it can get, any kind of, I don't want no bacteria or nothing. And I actually have seen a few people over the years try home dialysis and get infections, and I've actually had one blood infection before, and they're not no fun. So I don't want to take a chance. I feel much safer if I'm there. If I do have an issue, if I start bleeding, because I'll be down to one hand, I can only control so much. So it feels better to have, more comfortable to have somebody there that if I do have an issue, they can, even if it's just call an ambulance to get me to the hospital, stop the bleeding or whatever else. But I definitely feel much safer there.
That all makes sense. There are solutions, answers to almost all of those problems or potential problems. Have the people at dialysis try to help you think through all of those things and encourage you to learn as much as you can about it so you can make a well-informed decision?
Most definitely. Yep, I was going to say, like over the last 6 years, I've learned a lot about dialysis. Between asking questions and getting educated from them, and also doing some research myself, online.
So you feel like you're well-informed?
Oh, most definitely.
And you don't feel like you're being kept on center dialysis against your will or against your best interests?
No, I think that's my best bet right now.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, I've been able to function pretty good.
Now, some people think that dialysis is the kiss of death, that being on dialysis is like the worst thing in the world, and you've got to get off dialysis, get your transplant as soon as possible, or otherwise you're going to wither away and die. Is that how you feel about it?
I don't feel like that at all. I mean, like I said, it was scary when I first started it, and I really didn't know what to expect. But over the years, I've definitely got more confident in it. I know what I can do and what I can't do. And I've, made a few adjustments, but nothing major. I still, days I don't have dialysis, I still do things I enjoy, like fishing and just,
Yeah.
I can get out and about. I drive myself around. I got no complaints.
So it's a pretty reasonable quality of life compared to the alternative, which would be...
Death, yeah,
Yeah.
most definitely. Yep. Yeah, I definitely, I'm quite happy, like I said.
Now back to home dialysis, we were talking about home hemodialysis. How about peritoneal dialysis? Do you know anything about that? Have you thought about that?
Is that the stomach one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've thought about it, and I just doesn't really interest me. I just feel safer in case there is an issue, with a needle or, like I said, just infections in general. I just feel safer. I'm going in a sterile environment. Everything's fresh,
Well, Joe, that's, I think, very helpful, insightful. Do you have anything else you want to add or say?
Nah, I mean, like I said, feel free to contact me if I can help you with anything else. Like I said.
Good. Well, you're a great advocate and spokesperson and knowledgeable and have a kind of a unique personal insight into this, so I won't hesitate to get you involved for more.
Yeah, thank you very
More
much.
help.
Definitely, if anything I can help you guys with, I'll be more than glad to.
All right, let's go blow up that bin.
All right. Yeah, like anytime I hear somebody going on dialysis, I always try and like if I got quiet, because I said I didn't know nothing when I first got on there. I'm like just simple things, what I mean, like what to eat, what to watch eating and stuff, and they always tell me I keep my fluids good and stuff. They're like, how do you do it? And I tell them little tricks I do. Like I said, like I just put like a little coffee cup in the freezer because I like my stuff real cold. And I said, I said it's a small coffee cup to start with, and I said I never fill it. And just like sips. I said sometimes I got to get back and get more, but I said if you fill a cup up, you're gonna drink it. You know what I mean? Like I hear people, 8 kilos on and stuff like
So
that.
part of the reason you've done so well with dialysis is that you've taken good care of yourself, you've watched the right diet, you've avoided too much fluids.
Fluids definitely a big thing.
And
Yeah.
some people consider those to be pretty awful restrictions. In your case,
Hey, they scared me a little bit at the beginning, but
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, I know what the alternative is, and the more you can take care of yourself, the easier dialysis is and everything else. I tell my kids, like, sometimes weekends I put a little extra on. I can feel when they got to take the extra off. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it drains you more, but like I try to keep all my weight gains good. I keep my numbers where they want them. You know what I mean?
good. Well, thanks, Joe. Again, just to clarify also, we have had you sign this release
Okay.
and consent for audio and video, and that we can share it
Yep.
with healthcare
Yep. Anybody you
professionals.
want.
And
Yep.
good. All right. Well, thanks again, Joe.
No problem. Thank you.